What's up, guys? Jazz Pew Boys. We're here today on this beautiful Sunday trying to get the second part of our video for the KDS9C. We're going to be doing overall second impressions. Last video was first impressions. This video is going to be basically just us shooting the gun, getting our impressions, making sure the gun runs, making sure we find what we like, what we don't like. As you can see, we're over here at Homestead Training Center. Big shout out to them, Homestead Training Center, the best in the business. If you guys need somewhere to shoot or need anything, training or anything, Homestead Training Center. Also, Henry, as you guys know, is part of Pew Boys. He's got his own company. It's called Bear Dynamics. Anything you guys need training-wise, please make sure to check Henry out. Bear Dynamics on Instagram. Give him a follow. And anything you need for training, go see him. So this is going to be the second part of the KDS9C. Obviously, it's going to be a follow-up to the first video. It's going to be basically our overall review. We left the first video in a little bit of limbo on purpose. This video is going to be the video where we get our overall impressions. We're going to do some shooting, talking, making sure that we explain to you guys and offer to you guys what is good on the gun, what's bad on the gun, what we like, what we don't like. Make sure we don't have any failures. Make sure the gun runs. And again, this time it's going to be same. I think it's cellular and below, and I think I got some Fiocchi 115 grain. So let's do it. All right, guys, we got a failure. We got a failure there. Failure to feed. All right. So tap, rack. All right. So as you guys saw there, just a nice little tap was enough to get that to go forward. All right. One thing I'm going to say, my house is very cold. I keep my AC on 68 degrees. So this thing gets really cold. It had a little bit of humidity in there. It's actually pretty dry now. It's still wet, but it's pretty dry now. So that might have had something to do with it. We'll keep running it, see what happens. All right, first mag. I love this thing, man. I know a lot of guys, they'll tell you it's a 1911. It's 9mm. Triggers are great, yeah, but just, you know, overall, this thing feels good in the hand. Recoil is amazing. It takes little to no recoil mitigation. I love the fact that it doesn't have the safety. I know I mentioned that on the last video, but me personally, I love the fact that it does not have that grip safety. Also, the grip angle, obviously 1911 grip angle, so it's a nice angle. It feels right in the hand. It feels right in the hand. It's a nice, steady shooter. I have zero complaints so far. Obviously, I think that malfunction, it was in there. It was a failure to feed all the way, and I really don't think that was a failure to feed. I think that was just the gun not going into battery 100%, which you're gonna get every now and then with 1911s. They can be finicky. They're not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. They can be finicky, but I mean, it works. It works. It's a nice shooting gun. I love it. Aesthetically, ergonomically, I love the gun. I've always been a 1911 guy. My first gun was a 1911, so I'm partial to 1911s, but I'm gonna be objective. I'm gonna be, you know, I'm gonna call it like it is. When we got failures, if it fails, it fails. If something goes wrong with it, we're gonna be unbiased here. This is what we guys want you to know. We want unbiased content. So far, we're good. We're gonna load mag number 2. All right, mag number 2. All right, guys. We're gonna keep running it. We're gonna run it all day today. We're gonna get it to about 500 rounds today. We're gonna see what it does. So far, it's been a shooter. I love it, man. It's like a wishy-washy for me sometimes, because I know I can be bougie with the 1911s. I know some guys are gonna be like, oh, you know, 1911, Gucci bougie, and me personally, I love the platform. The gun feels great in the hand. It's an awesome shooter. And trigger for me, obviously 1911 is always going to be, it's not a hinged trigger, it's a straight back and forth. Obviously this is going to be a little bit of a heavier trigger, about a 3.5 to 4 pound trigger, because this was designed to be a duty gun, a self-defense gun. So the trigger is obviously a little bit heavier, but it's always going to be 1911, as 1911 is straight, smooth, straight back and forth. There's no hinged mechanism you got to defeat or anything like that. So I love it, man. We're gonna, like I said, we're gonna keep shooting it, keep running it through its paces, and at the end of the video, we'll let you know what we think of it so far, and we'll go from there.
How's it going, guys? Tank here at Homestead Training Center. Gonna do my part on the review of the KDS9C Rail. Hopefully, she runs as good as she did last time. Like Jazz was saying earlier, we're gonna try to put like 500 rounds through it today, maybe a little bit more, depending on how the weather holds up, but it's seeming to be a really nice hot day here in sunny South Florida. Let's see how she does.
Gonna be bouncing around. Look at the gap. Needs to fill that shit in.
She running good. See what she does with the next mag.
What?
Oh. That's 2 mags through her. It's running smooth. No malfunctions when I was doing it here. Can't complain about the gun other than my hands are sweaty as shit and the gun's kind of slipping out of my hands. But other than that, she's running good.
What do you think about the grip, Tank? You like the grip, or?
I don't like the texture on the grip.
Okay.
Like I said, it's slipping a lot. I'm used to a little bit more aggressive texture.
Okay.
This doesn't have an aggressive texture on it. It could just be, like I said, my hands are a little bit sweaty, but she shoots good. She's smooth.
How's that recoil impulse?
The recoil is beautiful. It's a 9mm. It's a 9mm, nice heavy gun.
Frame, yeah.
Trigger sweet.
Yeah, that's one of the big pluses.
The only complaint I have about it is the grip. And I'm not a big 1911 guy. Jazz, like he said, his first gun was a 1911.
Yeah, and that's what we want. We want different opinions, different, people who do like 1911s, people who don't like them, people who are not necessarily, we want different opinions. We don't want all the review to be somebody who's giggity when it comes to 1911s, or they like 1911s. We want to make sure that our audience gets
an unbiased
review. So if you don't like, look, Henry doesn't like 1911s all that much either. So that's why I want to get your opinion.
The good thing about it doesn't have a grip safety. The bad thing about it still has a safety on it. Yeah. I don't like safeties. I don't like having to defeat a safety.
Yeah, if you're not used to it.
In order to shoot my gun.
All right.
But let's see what comes up next.
Hi, Henry here for Pew Boys. So we're gonna shoot the KDS9 Rail.
I brought my people.
And I'm not a big 1911 guy. Don't like them. They're expensive. The mags are expensive. And for what you get, I don't see the purpose of it. Maybe I'm a simpler guy, just like simple stuff. I'm a Glock dude. Cheap $500 gun, cheap mags, and they run. They beat the crap out of them, they run. 1911s are a little finicky. They need more maintenance. You gotta get particular ammo, all this kind of stuff, and I'm not big on that. I like to just get up and go. Very simple. very cut and dry. I just want to get up and go and get my gun and start shooting. I don't want safeties. I don't want grip safeties. I don't like any of that stuff. Me personally, that's just my opinion. So I'm just gonna get ready to shoot. We're gonna go hot here in a second. I'm gonna do a string of fire, and then I'm gonna talk about the fit and finish and overall what I think about the gun. All right. I also have the timer there too, but we'll get it later.
We can get it later.
It is cool that you do have ambidextrous safety where you can switch it over. It's not ambidextrous, sorry, but you can switch it. On a 1911, I hear that most of them can't do that.
Yeah, I think to piggyback on that, I think Kimber is the only one so far.
Only one, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it shoots good and everything. Not a big fan of the grip. I wish it could be a little bit more textured. I got big hands, but the grip seems even girthy. And fit and finish is fine. It shoots good.
Henry, what do you think?
It's just too fancy for me, and I don't really care for it. Like,
what do you think about like the ergos and the recoil mitigation and all that?
Recoil is
it's
good.
Minimal.
I landed every single shot on that, on that string of fire. I don't like. I mean, the only plus doesn't have a grip safety, but I don't want any safety at all. The only one I want is on the trigger. So for me, it's not a. I don't know. For me, it just doesn't work.
You're not a big
grip angle. Grip angle is good.
Guy, or you just don't like the.
I'm sorry.
You're not a big 1911 guy, or you just don't like the safeties and the angles.
No, grip angle is the only thing I like about it. Grip angle is real natural.
Very natural.
It's pointable. Yeah. Very pointable and everything. But other than that, like, it's too fancy. Like, if I drop it now, I'm gonna start crying. I don't want to do that. I want to drop my Glock, kick it around the dirt, pick it up and shoot. I know it's gonna be fine. Me, personally, that's just my opinion. A lot of people are not gonna like that. A lot of people, all the 1911 guys are gonna be like, yo, you don't know what you're talking about, this and this and that. But
yeah, it's definitely a niche. There's gonna be guys who
and then there's the Glock guys. Yeah. There's the other extreme.
There's gonna be guys that hate it. There's gonna be guys that love it.
Yeah, And so for me, I don't care. Since I do a lot of running and stuff, I don't care if it's gonna fall on the ground, get wet, get dirty, bloody, muddy. I don't. It's too fancy. I'm not a fancy guy, so.
We don't want anybody getting bloody.
Yeah, no.
That's the point. That's why we're here. That's why we're here. So.
Not at the range anyway.
That's another issue. That's twice that I've loaded a mag and it got hung up. And I had to put it into battery. Don't like that. Too fancy for me.
Henry, we might have to wet it up a little bit more.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, it could be running dry.
All right, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna have you back up a little bit. I'm gonna take a couple shots here, transition over here to this target, take a couple shots there, see how it does. Well, it's a shooter. I gotta tighten up that light, but it shoots good, but I don't care for it, man. I really don't. I want to be able to just
mistreat her.
Yeah, I want to be able to just mistreat it, not feel bad, not start crying. It's a good gun. It's
not your cup of tea.
It's not for me. It's not for me. I gotta take my Glock and I'll throw it over there. I hit that steel target, I'll pick it up and I'll shoot it. I don't care. It's $500. This, way more expensive. You don't want to mistreat it. You only want to shoot it at the range. You don't want to possibly carry it or do any dynamic running or shooting with this because you're gonna be scared that it falls out of your holster and get banged up. And it's a pretty gun. Fit and finish is nice. It's just, it's for some people, not for me.
I love it. I mean, again, guys, I'm biased. I'm biased to the whole 1911, but I can be objective. I like the ergos. Ergos are nice. Trigger is smooth. I like the way it runs. It's just a smooth running gun. It takes very minimal recoil mitigation. I don't have to fight it. As long as I have a solid grip, it just works. It works. It's tough, guys. It's tough because I want to be objective, especially when it's coming from a biased personality and trying to be unbiased. I can be unbiased because I'm going to call it like it is. This review is for you guys. We're going to be honest about it. We've had a couple failures. Last video, we only had one failure, and that was due to ammunition. Henry was shooting it. This time, we've had how many, Tank? 1, 2, 3 out of batteries. I don't know if that's ammo related. What we're running in it now is Fiocchi 115. Don't know if it's ammo related. Don't know if it's the gun that's running dry. Again, guys, I'm gonna beat a dead horse here. Remember, 1911s and 2011s, they love to run wet. So if you're not on top of it, like Henry and Tank mentioned earlier, they're nice guns, but they're finicky and they need maintenance. They need attention. So if you're running it dry or whatever the case may be, you're gonna notice that you're gonna get, failures to feed. You're gonna get out of batteries. That is the one downfall to the 1911 platform and the 2011 platform. Unfortunately, you have to take the good with the bad. Are you willing to deal with it? I am. Henry, as you saw, is not willing to deal with it. Tank, it just depends on you. Are you willing to deal with that? Would I necessarily carry this gun? No. I know that's what it was designed for. I know that was what Kimber wanted. I don't think that would be a good idea. As much as I love 1911s, again, I'm going to be unbiased and I'm going to be real. As much as I love 1911s, I would not trust my life to this gun. It sucks to say it, but it is the truth. So, again, as much as I love this thing, and again, we're going to go hot here for a second. All right, but this is what I want you guys to see. Okay?
What do you think about the grip texture?
Me personally, I love it. I really do. Do I agree with you guys? Can it be a little bit more aggressive? I think so. Me personally, I like it. It's enough. Again, it's the grip texture. It's enough for me. Could it be a little bit more aggressive? Absolutely. It's enough for me. I like it. Like I was saying, I have smaller than normal hands. I don't have itty bitty hands, but I have smaller than normal hands. I don't have gargantuan hands. I don't have normal hands. I have smaller than normal. Do I make that work? Yes. Can grip texture become a problem? Yeah. I think in my case, it's not as a big deal, as a big enough deal for like Henry or maybe you, but maybe that may be a game changer for everybody else. Like Henry said, that could be a game changer. I don't know if Kimber offers other grips that I know of until now. I don't think they do. Maybe there's just not a market for it yet. Maybe they're, getting slowly but surely getting into it. But I mean, other than that, it shoots. I like it. It shoots. It runs okay. What you're paying for the gun, yeah, it's a little steep. But think about feature-wise. You're getting a pick rail. As we all know, in the 1911 world, to get a decent 4 1/4 or 5-inch government 1911 with a rail, you're gonna pay money for it. To get ambi safety, those are all things that you're gonna pay for. So fortunately for Kimber, they brought this out to the market at a $1,600, $1,700, $1,800, $1,900 range, but it's feature rich. You have ambi safeties, you have a pick rail, you have night sights, you have a very solid optic mounting system. And the gun is made with quality parts. I know there's going to be guys out there that dislike Kimber. I know that there's guys out there, and Kimber has had their issues. They had quality control issues at one point, but I think that they've done enough to correct that and get back in the game. So again, this thing, it works. You point, shoot, she runs. And it's minimal recoil mitigation. You don't have to fight the gun. I can shoot this strong hand. The gun stays on target. I can even go weak-handed. She runs. You don't have to fight the gun. Again, that's gonna go with every 1911 or 2011 platform, and that's just what they're based on. That's their niche. That's what they're good at. Are you willing to deal with it? I mean, me personally, that natural point of aim, I love it. I absolutely love it. I love that natural grip angle. You got your Glocks that are very, very aggressive as far as grip angle. If you like that, great. Me personally, I like a more natural pointing grip angle. And this does this for me. I love it. She is an absolute joy to shoot. I cannot say anything more than that. I love it. I do. And they run.
This is the part that sucks.
Yeah.
We only have 2 mags, and mags are pretty expensive.
They're like $60 a pop, man. That's gonna be something that you guys are gonna have to if you guys are gonna spend the money on a gun like this, you're gonna have to deal with if it's gonna be a gun that you're gonna be practicing with, if it's gonna be a gun that you're gonna be doing a lot of shooting with, and you don't want to be loading mags constantly.
Right.
You're gonna have to deal with the fact that you're gonna be spending anywhere between $60 and $80 for mags. Again, it's not staccato stuff. Staccato mags are like $120 a pop the last I checked, but
yeah,
nothing beats a good old P mag. They're made out of metal, so, and they're proprietary to the Kimber. So it's gonna be some money. You're gonna look to spend about maybe $60 to $70 to maybe even $80 pop for the mags. And I don't even know if that's gonna be the 15 rounders, because remember, Kimber does make the regular 15 rounders, and they make the 18 rounders with the extended base plate. I don't know if the $60 or $70 a pop is going to be your regular 15 round mag, or if it's going to be the extended ones. Who knows? If Kimber's smart enough, they may start at $60 a pop for the 15 rounders, and they can maybe even go up as high as $70 or $80 for the 18 rounders. Range is hot. Range is hot. Range is hot. Range is hot. All right, guys. Let's see what she does. Man, she's a shooter. I like it, man. I'm trying to be unbiased, but it's kind of hard because it's my niche. She works. As you can see, it's very easy to transition. It's easy to control. Very minimal recoil mitigation. You don't have to fight it. She just runs. She runs. Man, I love it, dude. I love this grip angle. I enjoy it. She just runs. She runs for me, guys. I love it. She's very easy to shoot. Safety works for me. I'm a 1911 guy again, so I'm used to the safety. So safeties just work. Loading and making it ready is pretty much easy. I have no complaints, guys. I have absolutely no complaints. She runs. I enjoy shooting it. It's something that, for me, comes natural. It's natural point of aim, you know? Man, I love this thing. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I love this thing. Sheesh. She works, guys. I like it. I have zero complaints. Zero complaints. Let's oil her up, make sure she's wet, and let's keep going.
Let's do this. Hey guys, let's throw some more lead down range. Like I said before, she shoots flat, little to no recoil. I'm gonna sound like a broken record. I just don't like the grip. Let's keep shooting it.
Hank, what do you think about the mag changes?
I don't like that you changed the mag release to the other side. I'm getting used to it, but
Taking some time to use it?
it's taking some time. It's
Okay.
taking some time. Like you were saying earlier, Kimber,
It's the only one so far, I think.
right? It's not ambi, but it's switchable from
reversible.
left or right.
Yeah.
The ambi safety is good,
Yeah.
but the
And it
mag
better
release,
have an ambi safety for $1,700.
I for that price, yeah.
For real.
For that price, yeah. All right, slow to make ready. Gotta wipe the sweat off my hands. Getting a little more used to it. I guess my hands aren't sweating as bad now. It doesn't feel like it's coming out of my hands. The texturing could be a little bit more aggressive.
Right.
Maybe they'll come out
About to be
with
done. I'll do that
some
and then we'll
grip
do some more.
that'll be a little more aggressive for this gun. Make it a little bit easier to handle, especially with, you know, sweaty hands. Would I carry this gun? Again, no. Will I like to buy one and have it as a range toy? Or yeah, it's a nice gun. It's really nice. The finish is great. The angle's great. Again, 1911 grip angle. It's very natural to point and shoot. Shooting Glocks a lot. The grip angle is a little more aggressive. You feel like you're pointing the gun down to get into the side picture of the red dot. With this, it's natural. You bring it up and it's there. Other than that, let's see what Henry has to say.
You like it, don't lie, you like it.
All right, so I'm just gonna run a mag through the KDS9 rail, and then I'm just gonna shit all over it. So let's just do that. Let's see if we can do a mag dump. See if we can land every single round. See? Again. It's done it to me 3 times.
Yeah. We need
3
to wet it
times.
up.
All right, safety's on. We still didn't tighten up this light, but
There's
that's
no
okay.
tightening it. That's the A version.
See if I can do all headshots on this one. All right, so the grip sucks. I don't like the grip. It's, you know, once you're out here, you start sweating. It starts to slide because there's really nothing in the back here where the grip safety is supposed to be. Again, it's cool that it doesn't have it, but like, I don't like it. This is not textured enough for me. On my guns, I run like a tape. It's like skateboard tape. All right, super grippy. Because once you start sweating and all that, whatever. The only thing that this gun is good for, in my opinion, is come, check this out. Right here. Just to put it in this nice bag right here and put it away. Care less for this gun. I don't like it. Too expensive for me. Really doesn't do anything out of the extreme ordinary that a lot of guns can do. So for me, the bag is cool. I could use this for like my laptop,
For your
and
Glocks.
tablet, for my Glocks,
For your tampons.
yep, all that stuff, all that good stuff. That's where it belongs, and that's where it's gonna stay most of the time anyways. So for me, it doesn't do it for me. It doesn't tickle my pickle.
Heard? We're gonna do our overall, our final. I think we actually hit more than 500 rounds today. I think the gun,
700-800.
I think the gun now is closer to the 700 or 800 round mark.
Maybe even the 800 to 900.
Yeah, it's got some rounds through it.
Yeah, because we took shots off camera as well, so not everything was on film.
Yeah, not everything was filmed. So, pardon. We're, like I said, we're at HTC, so we got bays to the left and right of us. So, if you guys, like I said, if you're interested in having a good experience, come down to HTC in Homestead Training Center.
Check me out.
Come and check out Henry with Bear Dynamics. So we want to thank HTC for letting us do what we got to do here. And so yeah, so as of right now, she's closer to the 800 round mark, maybe even 900. I think I'm gonna say that I'm not overly hyped. I think the bar that I set for myself was pretty even keel. I didn't set it too low and I didn't set it too high. So I think for me, it hasn't been too much of like a big letdown or like an overhype. I think it right now it's at where I kind of expected it to be. Again, we're gonna beat a dead horse here, but I'm a 1911 guy, so for me, it works. I love the ergos on it. I love the fact that it doesn't have the grip safety. I love the fact that it does have ambi safety. And again, for the price point of $1,700 to $1,800 range, depending on where you live, you might get a little bit cheaper, you might get a little bit more expensive. Unfortunately for us, we live in a state where guns are very popular, so it's very hit or miss. And again, I want to take this time, now that we're on that subject, this firearm was purchased by us. This was not given to us. This was not sponsored by anybody. We bought this gun out of our own pockets.
Straight income tax right there.
Straight income tax money. We're hood rich. I want to give a big shout out to Stoneheart. They have been, at least for me, they are close to where I live, so they have been the premium shop that I use for all that I need. I want to give Stoneheart Gun Club a big shout out. Manny and Junior and all those guys over at Stoneheart, I want to give them a big shout out. Manny was nice enough to notice that I'm a very good customer of his. We are very good customers of theirs. So where
is Stoneheart?
Stoneheart is by Tamiami Airport.
There you go.
I don't remember the exact address, but look them up. You'll find them
in Miami, Florida.
They have a YouTube channel. They have a Instagram. I don't know if they have a Facebook, but I know for sure they have an Instagram. So check them out. And also go to their website, stoneheartgunclub.com. So I want to give a big shout out to Manny and the guys over at Stoneheart. Back to this. I love it. It's been a solid gun. We've had very few malfunctions. I think the very first one that you had, I think we're going to chalk that up to ammo related.
We're shooting hollow points that day.
Yeah, and I think today's malfunctions, I think we're going to be just a big mixture of it wasn't oiled properly and it wasn't wet enough. Again, we already know this. We're going to beat a dead horse, but these things love to run wet. Wet. That's what she said. Okay, guys? That's what she said. Exactly. Overall, I love it, man. I think for the price point that you pay for this, like I said earlier, it is very feature rich, because if you look at what's out there on the market, let's say you want to compare this to maybe like a Prodigy. We're not going to necessarily compare this to any Staccatos, because Staccatos are in a league of their own. Staccato rightfully has earned that spot. But if we want to maybe like compare it to like maybe like a Prodigy or something like that, I personally think, I don't know about you guys, but I personally think it's very feature rich. Okay, there are stuff on this gun. There is stuff on this gun that is very niche and one off to this, like the reversible magazine, which for me, I love it. For them, obviously, they have bigger hands, so it's not a big deal for them. But for me, it works. It is something that the 1911 double stack market and 2011 market hasn't done until now. I love the fact that it doesn't have the safety, the grip safety. And again, it's very feature rich. I love the mounting optic style. Okay, this is very similar to the Prodigy, where the plate, as you can see here, the plate comes with a built-in rear iron sight, which is awesome. That's amazing. You don't have to worry about whether your sight is tall enough, whether it has a sight, whether it's zeroed in. When you change optics, you don't have to worry about that. As far as features, we all know on a 1911 to get a pick rail, that is going to cost you some money as far as the 1911 market goes. The one thing that we haven't mentioned, which I'm glad that we're going to do it now because we get to sit down and really go through the gun, tip the butt, like Mr. Garantham says. The barrel on this gun is amazing. I love the fact that it's a fluted barrel. It's a very lightweight barrel. It's a bull barrel, so you get a lot of protection when it comes to, and again, guys, for all those safety Nazis, the gun is clear. Nothing in there. No magazine. We're not going to flag my beautiful wife here, but as you can see, it's got a bull barrel. So if this gun, unfortunately, is in the hands of Henry or Tank and they drop it purposefully, you're going to get some protection there. Not 100%, but you're going to get some protection there. Again, it's got the rail. It's got a nice optic mounting system. Trigger is amazing. I love the fact that it's a 1911 style trigger, so there's no hinge mechanism to worry about. Reset, take up, and wall is amazing. Although it is a little bit funky because I'm so used to the non-hinged 1911 triggers, but I'm not used to them being so heavy. Because this is a heavier trigger since it's designed to be a self-defense pistol. So overall, I like it. It's very accurate, very easy to shoot. I like the grip texture. Grip texture works for me. It may not work for you. I know it doesn't work for you. It works for me. But that's what we're here for. We're here to get 3 different opinions, unbiased, and I like it. So far it's been good. I think it's worth the money. That's the only part that I'm going to be a little bit biased because I am a 1911 guy. So I think the price is very worth it because it is very feature rich, and you get stuff that you wouldn't get on your budget now. Gersons, Rock Islands, your Kisas. You have to make sure that you spend a little bit extra money with them to get the rail, to get the ambi safety, to get a couple of things here and there. So for me, I like it. I think for me, if I were to rate this out of 10, I'm probably gonna give this an 8.5. I'm a little bit in between an 8.5 or a 9 out of 10. And the only reason why I haven't given it a full 10 is because obviously we've had some malfunctions, so we need to put a little bit more of a round count through it to see if it's the fact that it just doesn't like certain ammo, or whether it's the fact that it just needs to be run wet, or maybe it does need to be cleaned every now and then. Because I know some 1911s, you don't have to be very, very, very thorough when it comes to cleaning, but you do need to make sure that they're clean. It could very well be that this gun likes a little bit of both. It likes to run clean, or as clean as it can, while also maintaining it wet. So that's my take.
Give it to me so I can shit on it already. Engineering wise, it's a good, well-made gun. It's pretty. The finish is there. For me, is the value of almost $2,000 there? I don't see it. I mean, it does take a lot to machine all this stuff, and I don't want to put it on the Kimber engineers that created the gun, but I don't know. It's just, maybe it's too much gun for me, and that's what it boils down to. That's it. I mean, I don't care for spending $2,000 on a gun. It shoots nice, good trigger. I mean, but for me, value is not there. I'd rather have 1,000 rounds and a Glock 19 and shoot a gun. I'd rather do that. To me, that's more fun than to have a $2,000 gun and then not have any ammo to take my class. So no, in all seriousness, like, for me, it's pretty. Engineering, the workmanship is nice. But I don't know. $2,000 for me for a gun is a lot of money. Yeah, it's a good gun, but not for me.
It's good. It's pretty. It shoots nice.
It does shoot nice.
The triggers, well, again, 1911 trigger, 1911 grip angle. The serrations on the slide are nice. The barrel, like Jazz mentioned, the barrel is very nice.
It's a very accurate barrel too.
Very, very accurate gun. Wherever you point it, it hits. Again, the texturing feels nice when you're not shooting it. It feels like it's aggressive enough. But for me, not having any texturing back here makes the gun want to climb up.
Yeah.
You have to press a lot harder on the sides, and then with your hands sweating, it's not enough. Maybe somebody, maybe somebody will come out with some better grips.
Yeah.
If Kimber doesn't have it in the works
Let me
already.
ask you something. Are those interchangeable with any 1911 grips?
So no, those are from what I understand. I think those are proprietary to Kimber.
Yeah.
I don't know, like in the video earlier, I don't know if Kimber already has stuff on the market for something like that. I'm pretty sure they will. I know it took us.
There's somebody doing
It took
G-Tech grips
us,
for that
as you
already,
guys remember, in the first video, we didn't have an Optic on this because we were waiting on the Optic plate from Kimber. I will say this, and I'm going to cut you off real quick, and then I'm going to let you get right back into it because I missed that. Compared to how long we waited for the Optic plate on this, compared to how long we waited for the one for the Prodigy, I think Kimber got that right. We waited, I think, for the Prodigy. I think it was like a month.
It was more than a month.
A month and a half, almost 2 months. I think we waited, what, 2 weeks for this? No, actually 2 weeks and a half.
I don't think you waited. I think you waited for shipping and processing. It's not like they were out of stock.
But
With the
no,
Prodigy,
when
they were out of stock.
when I first bought the gun, they didn't have any available.
There, so we're back now. Like I was saying, the serrations on the slide are great. The texture on the grips is not aggressive enough for mine.
Sucks.
No texture back here on the beaver tail. I don't like it. It's not a bad shooter. It does work. Don't like the texturing. It needs to be more aggressive in my opinion. Serrations on the slide again, good. Flat shooter, trigger crisp. The trigger's beautiful. It's really nice. I don't like the texturing. As he was talking about, the mag release can be flipped to either side and be safety. There's not much else to say about it. Let's get on the shoot. Spend time with friends. Get good at it. Keep doing it.
Yep. So guys, I think, like I said, I think I'm gonna give that out of 10. I think I'm gonna give it an 8.5. What do you think?
2.
2. Fair assessment.
I'm a dump on it.
Fair assessment. Yeah. Hey, that's what they want to hear.
Pointability shoots good. Trigger's awesome, but to grip it, it's not there, man. Like there's not enough grip here for me. You come out here, 90% humidity, 90 degrees, your hands start getting sweaty. Forget it. You're gonna lose control of the gun. And as accurate as it is, you're gonna lose control.
Yeah.
Look how smooth that is there.
Yeah. Yeah. Remember, we're in Florida, guys.
And I got gorilla hands.
Yeah.
And I manhandle guns.
Just to give you guys an idea on a hand comparison size. I have smaller than normal hands. Not small by any stretch of the imagination, but smaller than normal. So
I give it a rating of about 6.5. Ergos on the gun are great. Trigger's great. Serrations are great. I don't like the texture. And it's a 9mm. You know, it's to be expected. It to be a soft shooter, light recoil. It's not very snappy.
Dirty.
She did it dirty.
yeah, guys, as you can see, this gun has not been cleaned. As you can see, look at the breech, and look at the feed ramp. The feed ramp is absolutely disgusting. Look at the glass. Look at the glass of that light right here. Look at the front of the barrel. It's absolutely disgusting. Look at the glass on the Optic. It is absolutely disgusting. So again, this gun has not been cleaned. It is running wet again, but it's not clean, guys. So I like it. Like I said, I give it an 8.5. You gave it a 2. You gave it a what? 6. So guys, take that with a grain of salt. Do with that what you may. That's our unbiased opinions, and we appreciate you guys watching the channel. We're gonna do another video, one last video on this, past the 1,000 mark range, which we're getting close to it. I think
Yeah, we're gonna drop it from a 100-foot tower that we're gonna find. I don't know where we're gonna find it, but we're gonna find it. We're gonna drop it.
So we're gonna do one more video on this, and that's gonna pretty much conclude the review for this. Eventually down the road, when we get the pistol closer to maybe about 3,000 or 4,000 rounds, we'll check back in on it to see how it holds up with quite a few rounds down the range, and we'll pick back up on it. So guys, again, thank you very much. Pew Boys, please like, subscribe, leave a comment, share the video,
argue down below, do all that stuff.
guys. If you agree with us, if you disagree with us, put it in the comments.
Yep.
We appreciate
the Glock guys and the 1911 guys. Go at it.
There you
Please.
go. Fight amongst each other.
And my Glock fanboys, come through, please.
So, all right, guys. Pew Boys out. We'll see you on the next one.